Robloxian Highschool. The somewhat well-loved Roblox roleplay game that you probably remember if you've existed on this platform anywhere from 2016 to now. The roleplay game we've all likely played as children, and the roleplay game you've likely pretended to have a boyfriend or girlfriend in. Such good memories those were. But now it's 2023, and today I'm going to be taking a look at our beloved Roblox High School roleplay game, Robloxian Highschool. I am your host, Franky, from the channel Franky Beans, and welcome to Franky's Game Ratings. Cue the intro. Now, before we begin, you may be wondering, what is Franky's Game Ratings, and how does it work? And to that, dear viewer, I give you my short and brief, probably simple explanation so that my watch time does not decide to do a faceplant into the depths below. This is how it works. It's quite simple, really. There are 5 categories in which I will be critiquing a game. Based on how well the game meets the criteria in each category, it will receive judgment points, JP for short. After we go through every category, the game will be given its final rank, and that will be the end of it. Some things to note and keep in mind are that some categories, while likely rare, may not be able to apply to the game, simply because the game does not have that aspect. I'd also like to point out that I'm not judging this game based on my sole opinion. I've created a rubric to give these games points on, so that way it'll be as fair as possible. And if you'd like to take a look at this rubric, it'll be in the link in the description. And lastly, and most importantly, this is all for fun, and in no way should you take anything I critique about this game seriously. This is all in good fun, so try to enjoy it. With that, let's begin. Starting off with the environmental design, it's very obvious that just about everywhere you go, you will find the environment is perfectly fitted and relevant to the game's topic and genre. It's fitting for roleplay, and it's perfect for an educational environment. Everything blends together very well, and I can walk around the school knowing that I won't go somewhere and there will be a completely different place that has nothing to do with the game's topic. And while you will be seeing the same places often, it never gets repetitive to look at, and by that I mean it isn't boring. You can go into most rooms and see very well decorated and interesting spaces. Hell, even the bathroom looks interesting, and that's saying something. No, honestly, this game would not be very fun if it wasn't immersive. In terms of look, Robloxian Highschool has a target in the center, directly. We've already established that the game looks great, and its environment is perfect for a school setting, which is why it's so immersive. You have several props that feel appropriate for the setting, and even interactables that also look and feel the same way. What more do I need to say to further praise this game's environmental design? I don't, actually. So, let's move on and give Robloxian Highschool 60 JP for this category. Moving on to gameplay and its design, I can't really say there's much. A lot of the gameplay is done by you and others around you via roleplaying, though the game does do a good job with its own gameplay. In every class/subject, there is always something you can do, usually some sort of minigame, that rewards you with XP and coins when completed. There are also things like challenges and daily quests, which encourage the player to do something in exchange for a reward, which is a really nice way to keep players playing the game and coming back for more, as there's always something to do. This type of gameplay isn't difficult to understand or adjust to at all. It's quite simple, really. Even an 8-year-old can do these things, no problem. The player can't be put in an unfair disadvantage to anyone else either, as you aren't playing against anyone else, so it's always fair and makes everyone capable of reaching the same progression as the next guy. Unless you're a completionist or something, this aspect of gameplay might get boring as there is not exactly anything new all of the time, so we're going to give Robloxian Highschool 55 JP for this category only because the gameplay can be boring after a little while. I think we can confidently say this game is unique in a way. Its take on a roleplay game definitely is something. We've seen its world and already know that the way it looks is great. Its implemented gameplay is also unique. As for originality, I'd say it's quite original, despite there being like 3 other high school related roleplay games, and the earliest one I could find that people actually played was from 2009. So maybe not that original, but Robloxian High School came out in 2018, so I won't dock points for that. Going on with the way the game represents itself and the content it has, you cannot compare it to any other game in this genre. I would say this game is likely inspired off of other games like this one, but there was just no way this game could have really stolen any major game design choices, so for this category, Robloxian High School gets 60 JP. This one will be kinda quick, as it's pretty much putting everything we've discussed so far into a group, and other things. We've already gone over how Robloxian Highschool has plenty of things that make it appropriate for its world with its activities and gameplay aspects, though what's really important here is how truly immersive the world feels. What I mean is how it makes you believe that this world is truly a world, or at least it gives that impression, and not just having you in a confined space set in the middle of the void. For example, you can clearly see in this area here that the ocean expands outwards, giving the feeling of, well, an ocean. Beyond that is what makes this sell. The mountains in the background, they surround the whole world, making it feel like there's more landscape beyond those mountains. This is what makes the game's world feel immersive, and for that, Robloxian Highschool gets another 60 JP for this category. This last part here might be interesting. This is because it all depends on the community of this game. That's right, Robloxian Highschool will be getting points for the final rank, based on how well the community is. I asked a person 10 questions related to the community of this game. This overall was to help me decide on how good the community was, and to see everything from an inside view. So let's get to the interview. Beginning with our interview questions, the first question is, do you play this game often, or is this your first time playing this game? And their answer to that was yes. Have you heard of this game before? If so, how have you heard of it, and what made you decide to play it? They mentioned to me that they did play on an old account once before, but they got banned on it. However, they originally hear about it from a friend, and they're pretty much playing just because they have the ability to make custom characters. How long have you been playing this game? 3 years. Given how long you've been playing, would you consider yourself a part of this community? Dumbing it down, they pretty much said yes. How do you feel about this community, and has your view of it changed? If so, why? They did not give me a reason why, but they don't like the newer community. However, they do have a lot of respect for the older original community of Robloxian Highschool. Do you feel safe and welcome in this community? They said they do feel safe. However, welcome is a different story, as they don't really have a good history with developers. Would you recommend other people to play this game and join its community? Yes, but be cautious of how others act. I could probably see why that is. What are some of your thoughts on this community and its players? They didn't really have any thoughts, but they do not think highly of the new community at all. Now, after the interview, I was able to get some info that helped, so now we can continue with this category. Based on what our interviewee described to us, we could probably infer that a lot of the community nowadays is much younger than before, mixed with the teenagers and hopefully a few adults. So most of the community is of age to be playing this game. You could also say most of the community is respectful, as you do have people that do this with these kinds of avatars, but it's also lighthearted, as searching for Robloxian Highschool on the drama dumpster fire that is Twitter, now called X apparently, it doesn't seem to have any drama or anything negative posted about it at all, and most people just feel nostalgic for it or are just happy that it's still alive today, among with other things. While scrolling through Twitter, I haven't come across anything negative about its updates either, so I'd say the community is pretty supportive about the changes to the game made by the developers. The community is safe with nothing to worry about other than the annoying individuals that do whatever this is. So let's close this category by giving Robloxian Highschool 40 JP. Alright, in its entirety, we've now gone through every category and have critiqued Robloxian Highschool, seeing what makes the game as good as it is. So to not sell any further, here are the final results. Drumroll please. Robloxian Highschool has a final score of 250 JP and a final ranking of S. Congratulations to you. I honestly think had it not been for the environment, looks, and its gameplay, Robloxian Highschool would likely not have the ranking it does right now. Though enough said, I hope you all really enjoyed this video as much as I did enjoy making it. This took a lot of work to put together, so if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helped out. I have been your host Franky from the channel Franky Beans, and this has been Franky's Game Ratings.